one thing, and everybody always asks me the question like about the word fitness, and I say, well, I love the passion for me really wasn't fitness. It really was people.
Oh, wow.
Like I love to inspire, to motivate, to make people, because smiling is a piece of fitness. You know?
Yeah.
Laughing is
Yes.
a piece of fitness. People can walk into a gym and never smile. Not in my gym.
This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn, my goodness, and we pass it along. Tune in and listen to us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we give you our story with the Lively Art of Conversation. Hey, you know what it is. It's that Sunday. It is your boy, the community facilitator, culture enthusiast. You know who I am, Dr. Rodney Duckett. I'm back with another phenomenal episode. But this episode right here is going to be something that's going to make you sweat a little bit. This episode right here is one's going to make you trim off a little bit of that extra body fat right here. This episode right here is all about, finding the journey within somebody that was able to produce something for our community to really extend our life. And this is what this gentleman is all about. His whole life has been about extending our lives with some of the things that he's doing. So I'm going to jump right into that here in just a little bit. But you're watching the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. And before I get started, I always have to do this. My underwriters, thank you, thank you, thank you. And did I say thank you? I want to say it one more time. Thank you. Without you believing in me, the show wouldn't exist. So thank you for giving me your energy, which is your money, so that way this show can go on. So no matter what little you do or how much you do, it makes this show pop and be possible. So let's do this. Let's take a moment to give my underwriters some time.
This is Lavina Sabri with So Natural Catering and Bomb A Lemonade, and you're listening to the Lively Art of Conversation.
Hello. This is Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. As we live, we learn, we earn, and we pass that wisdom along. Join us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we bring to you our story. You bring your story, we give you our story, and our story is how we engage in our community. Everybody has a story, and we're waiting to hear your story. So if you're interested, reach out to us at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com.
Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemiallc.com. Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch It Tone LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose, with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchitone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email tonyshelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch it, Tone. You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized.
Hello, this is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC Outreach @gmail.com, because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit there and we'll sort through those family albums So that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family. So that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. Hey, you're back with the lively art of conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. We are here in the studio, and you know what I do all the time. This is what I do. I give us an opportunity to talk about what? The word of the day. I'm going to use this word, fitness. That's right. I said the word fitness. What does that word fitness mean to you? Now, fitness can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people, but I'm going to say this word fitness can be summed up very easily as this. Your fitness matters. That's right. Your fitness matters. A lot of times we look past our fitness, and the older we get, I'm guilty of it. I've looked past my fitness. You got to raise the children. You got to pay the bills. You got to get ready for the college for these kids and all that other different stuff that comes in, and your fitness becomes last. How do we make our fitness become first? So I want you to pull out that pen, get that journal ready. The word of the week is fitness, and your fitness matters. And the question, what are you doing to extend your life? That's right. What are you doing to extend your life? And the best way to extend your life is through good health, which leads me to a man with a purpose. Now, I've had the luxury of knowing this gentleman probably for close to 22 years, I believe, maybe even a little bit longer. I remember this guy when he was starting from ground zero, like literally starting from ground zero, and he was a hard worker, but what amazes me is not the fact that he started from ground zero. What amazes me is the tenacity that he has now to be one of the premier gym owners in Central Texas. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm about to introduce you to Mr. T3 himself, Mr. Ike Shaw.
What's going on?
Hey, man, what is going on with you, brother? No, man, let me tell you something. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on record, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you.
I really am, because you had a dream and you made your dream translate into a vision. And it's amazing. And I know it's a tough journey because me and you've been back and forth talking about this journey, but it's amazing what you have put out in the community. And anybody can open up a business, but what you've done is you've opened up a quality business. And I commend you for that. I really do.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely, man. It took me a while to get over there, man.
Hey.
I was locked into a contract. I'd be paying 2-3 years up.
Yeah.
So, But your gym, I can only pay for 1 year, man.
Well, I want to say, man, I watched you for quite some time, and, man, everything you set your mind to, too. You make people like myself want to and believe that they can go and achieve the goals they want to go do.
Well, man, you are before we even jump into this, and I need to reach out to him again. I'm gonna give a shout out to Big Mike.
Oh man,
I will say this, and you'll probably agree with me. A lot of who we are is based off of Big Mike Shepard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Big Mike Shepard was the trailblazer to go out and do the things that he done. I mean, I know he motivated me. He motivated you.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to give a shout out to Big Mike. I know you're probably not listening. I'm going to drag your big butt on here. All right. And I'm going to sit you in this chair over here. All right. And get you something to eat because you'll probably be hungry.
Yep.
But shout out to Big Mike.
Yeah.
Ike, man. Let's talk about Ike Shaw. Let's talk about little young Ike Shaw, man. Before the gym, I know you was a phenom in sports, but what did you like most about fitness?
Fitness, growing up in a small town like Dawson, when you grew, kids nowadays, they have this opportunity to be involved especially around this area. Mm-hmm. There's gyms everywhere. There's even in places like Troy where there's gyms now, right? And growing up in Dawson, there was nothing even remotely close to things called gym. The only gym we had was called the Field House, which was your place where you played football. Mm-hmm. And we didn't do it for fitness when I was growing up. We did it for getting faster, stronger, trying to make it to the next level, play college football. So I didn't really get off into the word fitness until after I got done playing football, which was right around 2003, and had an opportunity to start working with Gym X. And I realized that, man, this is an important thing in the afterlife
Yes.
of college and sports and professionalism and networking. It was a
Yes.
lot. It was a lot to me. And then I realized one thing, and everybody always asks me the question, like, about the word fitness. And I say, well, I love the passion for me really wasn't fitness. It really was people.
Oh, wow.
Like, I love to inspire, to motivate, to make people, because smiling is a piece of fitness. You know?
Yeah.
Laughing is a
Yes.
piece of fitness. People can walk into a gym and never smile. Not in my gym. Not if I see you.
Yeah.
People can walk in there and never have positive blood flow. You know, like when you around other people. Like, I wanted to be a part of that. Working with Gym X at that time, I was focused on making sales and making the. That was my thing. Owning this thing now, I say this is mine. This is my place. That when you come here, if somebody say, "Man, I met Ike and he wasn't smiling," you called me when I probably was working out and probably trying to breathe.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, I'm giving you a high five, a dap,
Yeah, you are.
something. I'm trying to make sure you know that I am here, that you can talk to me. I'm touchable. I'm not untouchable. That because fitness is such a big word. We can elaborate that. We'll talk about legs, back, arm, chest. But for me, when it comes to fitness in T3, it means like the stuff with your head, the energy and motivation. People look for that word motivation, so unrealistic. And so for here lately, I keep hearing about how people can stay steady and stay consistent. And I'm like, man, fitness is really, truly a desire
Yes.
to want to, like you said earlier, very much so, live longer.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 kids now. Fitness to me is a lot different. I have a wife now. Fitness to me is a lot different. I don't just work out for Ike to look good on a video.
Yes. Yes.
I don't look to get on stage anymore. My kids look to me as their superhero, and that to me is, at 44 years old, I want them to look at me. I want them to be so proud when I go to their schools or when they see me. I want my wife to look at me with a desire. I feel like people have lost track of what all of fitness means. Yes, we want to be healthier, but healthier is also being happier.
Wow. Wow. Man, I appreciate that twist because not even I seen that coming. And fitness should equate to happiness.
Yeah.
It really should. So fitness would be the umbrella of it, or the bottom of the pyramid, right? Or no, happiness would be the bottom of the pyramid, right?
Yeah.
So happiness is, I guess it does make sense if you're working out, a happy feeling. Your music, your gym always has music in there, and then your gym always have great dialogue and conversation. Sometimes you go to gyms, and we both been to the gyms.
Oh, yeah.
The big guys throwing up the weight, bumping into everybody, scaring everybody, but that's not so at your gym.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
No, we want to build a relationship. I've had more prayers in that gym than I've had at my church. You know, like
Wow.
you know, I've had people like the moment my sister had an aneurysm. You know, a few weeks ago, people prayed with me. Hey, you mind if I pray with you? Bringing me pillowcases with Mr. Cox. He's always
Yes.
checking with me. Are you good? And if I tell him no, he's going to my office and we're gonna pray. You know, and the thing is, like, people have it's a gym, right? So people have cancer. People have lost family from car wrecks and different things. God has put on my soul that when we're off in that boot camp, before we finish and walk out that door, hey guys, y'all mind if you join hands with me? We're gonna pray. We're gonna lay hands on it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I have never had nobody complain yet, but it's mine.
Yeah.
And so it's my. I want people to know, like, it's a safe place, you know, as well, because you know, one of the biggest things about fitness right now in 2025, I think that people don't even understand. Like again, back to the word happy. How many people use the word depressed, stress, and it's sad because it's like I almost want to look at everybody that says that I'm stressed. What are you gonna do about it? I'm depressed. So what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And to me, it's like it's all internal. Yes, the doctors can give you money. I mean, not money. They can give you pills and give you meds, And most people don't understand. Most of the meds that people are on, they're trying to get off.
Yeah, they are.
No matter what. No matter if it's the weight loss meds or diabetic medicine, or we know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the medicine that everybody take for losing weight.
Yeah.
Most of the people that were on those things are trying to get off of those things because they don't feel good. They're not really happy. So the thing is, right now in my gym, I've seen so many people that come off in there. I've seen people walk in there so sad, walking to that door. I could just see them through the dark. And all of a sudden they walk in there. They cannot leave without some type of positive experience, most of them. But you have to also be able to be willing to allow fitness to do its part. Like, you can't just go off into a gym and say, I'm just going to go walk treadmill, lift some weights. If that place is a place that creates better bodies, better health, allow it to do its part, which is to allow yourself to not be depressed. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be in shape. Because people don't realize the more stress you have, the more depressed you are. Your body say, "Oh, forget you. I'm not gonna lose this weight. It's gonna be stubborn fat." That's what we call it, right? The stubborn fat.
Yeah.
That stubborn fat will cause a stroke. It will cause a aneurysm. It will cause that cortisol levels to go up so high that you don't even know what's going on. Or people saying, I mean, you have kids now, 8 years old, 10 years old, talking about, I got anxiety. They got songs.
Yeah.
They got that song, new song, anxiety.
Yeah.
They singing it now.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's like the one of those videos when you keep saying stuff over and over again, and you're like, they're tricking you. They're really making money off of that woman, making millions of dollars off of the word anxiety, and you are singing it while you're working out.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, like for me, I'm trying to figure out a way to not just use fitness on just making people look better. That's easy. That's the easy part. It's really making people feel the word happiness.
Wow. And the happiness is something that starts within. And I like the way you give that concept, because I even put myself in that category, in the gym, out of the gym, in the gym, out of the gym. And I was out of the gym for a while. And then all of a sudden, them pants creeped up from 32 to 34 to 36. And I'm like, oh, now I'm depressed. So a little voice inside my head said, you know what you need to do? You need to go back in there and start doing something.
Yeah.
So and even just being back in the gym, seeing you or Lawrence or other people I haven't seen in a while, it just gives you so much introspection into when people like put their hands, hey man, I see you, you're doing good. You've been in the gym a couple of times this week. I seen you on the treadmill. I seen you benching over there. So all that stuff like really matters, man. So,
it does.
Yeah. Gym families are like totally different from anything else.
If you allow it.
Yes, if you allow it.
You can't go off in there with the whole mindset of like, I don't want to mess with nobody. Like if you want to make money, if you want to make relationships is everything. Like I always told myself, even when my mom died, I remember my mom died. She died she had cancer and she died at home. And there was almost between 150 to 200 people at our house that were waiting for her to take her last breath. And we're coming from a small town with 850 people. We had all these people waiting on us and waiting on her to pass away. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, like, I want to be like that. I want people to celebrate my life.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you can't do that by being you become a nobody on purpose if you want to. But building relationships is something that, like, I want people to know, like, Ike Shaw is real. I want people to walk off of my gym and not just think like, man, that dude right there got some traps. He got some legs on him. But that dude is life. He is who I mean, every day, no matter if he's having a bad day, because I'm allowed to have a bad day. We are.
Yeah, we are.
But I tell you what, I'm not gonna allow you to have a bad day. We all can have a bad day. But if I see you, I'm gonna ask you, you good? Because I wrote a thing one time and I called Lawrence about this. And I said, people don't ask, especially men, and then even go a little bit further, especially black men. We don't ask if you're good, because I've cried more times in the past 2 or 3 years over the pandemic, having babies. Mama's not here now. I got babies. Who can I call?
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of mamas. But I felt like the Green Mile lately. You know how the Green Mile?
Yeah.
Because I want to hear when Lawrence, mom was passing away. In my gym, we talking about this. And I said, you stop, Lawrence. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I want you to call your mama. I want you to start recording your mama. And I tell every friend now that if somebody's going through something and they got a family member about to pass away, something I didn't get to do. My mom, 18 years ago, because we didn't have smartphones like then, record
definitely.
their voice. Because the only thing I have to do now, only thing I can do now is imagine my mama's voice. So I've told that same story hundreds of times in my gym because I want to. That's selfish of me to keep that to myself. So again, we're not talking about working out, but when Lawrence went to go, when his mama eventually passed away a year later, one thing that made me know that I was in the right thing, doing the right thing, Lawrence came to me before he went to Huntsville and told me, "Hey man, I want you to know that my sister and brother said, man, I wish I could hear my mom's voice." And he said, "Hey, right here, I got a bunch of recordings." And to me, sometimes I be like, man, I can always talk. You talk too much. Nah. If God tell me to tell somebody, the moment my buddy named Joseph, his name Joseph, met him here, he moved here from Louisiana some years ago, like 14 years ago, when the Katrina.
Yeah.
And so when he moved here, I trained him for a long time, and I hadn't seen him in a while, but he came in the gym probably about 3 months ago. I'm in the middle of my workout on Saturday. My Saturday, it's chest day. I'm trying to get right. I'm wearing little bitty t-shirts, and I'm chest and arm day. So I'm always figuring out ways to dissect my body. So I'm like getting it, and I see him. I say, "Yo, so man, what you been up to?" And he's like just a good Muslim guy, man.
Yeah.
And he said, "Man, my mother, she's got some health issues, and she's we just don't know how much longer she got." And I looked at him. I said, "Do you got a bunch of recordings of her voice?" I mean, literally. He's like, "Nah, man, nah, but man, she just don't. She's trying to tell me how bad she." I said, "But right now, I want you to think. But can you get access to her voice right now?
Yeah.
Can you have a conversation with her so you can hear her say, 'I love you', bro?" When I tell you that in the next 30 minutes, I couldn't find Joseph.
Wow.
And he didn't went and he didn't call me a few weeks later and told me, "I'm sorry I had to rush out of there, but I did what you told me, what you were trying to tell me to do, and I got a recording." Wow. These are things that I do in my facility. Like people calling me when they're going through divorces. I'm not no pastor, and I've been married once. Mm-hmm. But I want to be that Green Mile. I want to be that person that can talk to them. I'm not a counselor. A woman told me the other day, a guy told me the other day, he said, "Ike, I love listening to you on TV, man, on your stuff on Facebook and stuff, but you need to enunciate." And I looked at him, I was like, I really don't care what you talk about right now, but thank you, sir. And then I said, but I'm thinking, and I'm actually on the treadmill. He literally walked over there to tell me that, like, "Hey, I want to get a personal trainer, / blah, blah, blah. But you need to enunciate some of your words sometimes. You talk too fast." I said, "Well, I'm sorry, not sorry, but this is me." I didn't ever said I was going to be professional at this, but I'm a professional at motivating. I'm not going to talk about motivation, but I'm a professional about motivating. I love to inspire. I love to get people moving. That's why Shell Green, you probably know
Shell Green. I know Shell.
Shell Green is one of my favorite people. She's like a big sister. Me and her met, and we automatically became brother and sister. When I had my first baby, I got all my people in there, and they're like, "Who is this lady?" I'm like, "You can't tell? That's my other sister." When no other friends showed up like that. She was there as I'm walking back there to go meet my wife back there after the C-section. Like, these are the type of relationships I met in my facility, in my gym. Like people really would think we're cousins or something.
Yeah.
And but with Shell, like people like her, man, like you don't do that by not allowing yourself to build these relationships. And now me and her, it's so awesome to see her too.
Yeah, she's
blowing up. She's doing great things now. Yeah. But I want to be, let me be honest on this. Let's be honest.
Go ahead.
I want to be gigantic in the Central Texas area. And then hopefully the Lord bless me to inspire to be part of gigantic in the world. But the world of Central Texas, I want to be known for helping people change their life. Yes, through fitness, but also through just the fact that they just get to be authentic and be themselves in my facility, and that they know they can come and grow and build a relationship. Because even as I was just talking to a lady today, is African American lady, and she said, where you gonna get more African American people in your gym? I said, well, do you think it'd be right for me to say as an advertisement I'm looking for more African Americans, or can the African Americans come support African Americans?
Yeah, you probably lose some clients.
I don't really know what to say with that, because I want more African Americans to work out. I really do. But we have to make it this now. Man, I'm talking to my people. We have to make a decision to not wait until we have an aneurysm.
Wow, yeah, that's true.
Till we have high blood pressure, because Aunt Judy probably got high blood pressure, and we know that they got high blood pressure and that they had a bad heart, diabetes. We need to not wait till somebody tell us, if you don't do this, you will die.
Yes,
or if you don't do this, you're gonna lose a toe.
Yeah.
Or leg. We know that. We know this already. It's no different from going to the dentist. No different from going to get your eyes checked. We as African Americans need to do our part by knowing. And if you want to come support me, great. I'm the fitness leader in the community. I'm not telling you that you only got to go to T3 Fitness. Now, if you want to go to the best, you come to T3 Fitness. If you want to come to the place where we'll talk about results, we're going to be clean. We're going to give you all the things. It might cost you more money than the place that's called cheap or closer to your house.
Yeah.
But it's going to provide you with a opportunity to, just everything that you're looking for. You're talking about salvation.
Yeah, definitely. This we'll be right back. Lively Art of Conversation. We'll be right back with Ike Shaw.
Words have power. They connect, heal, and inspire. That's the mission at Better Watch Your Tone, LLC, founded by Toni B. Shelton. She's empowering through powerful poetry and prose, with hundreds impacted through speaking events, workshops, and 8 self-published books. Ready to honor the story within? Discover books and coaching at betterwatchyourtone.com. For event poetry or book writing support, email ToniShelton@gmail.com. Let's use our words to uplift. Better watch your tone. Looking to elevate your brand or capture unforgettable moments? New Image Media offers top-tier videography, photography, personal branding, and more. They combine creativity and quality with fair pricing and friendly service, so you get the results you want. Whether it's a business promo or special occasion, they bring your vision to life with quality you can trust. Choose New Image Media, where your image is everything. For more info, email media@newimagemiallc.com.
Hello. This is Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. As we live, we learn, we earn, and we pass that wisdom along. Join us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we bring to you our story. You bring your story, we give you our story, and our story is how we engage in our community. Everybody has a story, and we're waiting to hear your story. So if you're interested, reach out to us at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com.
You've built a life worth celebrating. Now it's time to be seen. At Las Foto de Lance Photography, they don't just take portraits, they capture the fire in your spirit and the power in your presence. Whether you're reclaiming your confidence, owning your story, or stepping into a new chapter, Las Foto de Lance Photography creates luxury images that reflect the real you. Visit lasfotodelance.net or drop by their Harker Heights studio. Las Foto de Lance Photography, unapologetically you, immortalized.
Hello, this is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Lively Art of Conversation. This is the place where you live, you learn, you earn, and you pass that wisdom along. Join us every Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as we bring to you the Lively Art of Conversation. This is a place where your life lessons becomes the experience and the wisdom for others to reach out and grab. If it's not for your test, if it's not for your mess, if it's not for your tragedies, and if it's not for your end, we'll never have the beginning for the next generation. We will never have the triumph the next generation can reach out and point the finger at. We'll never be able to understand the test that turned to the testimony. And my goodness, everybody's mess becomes a great dialogue for a message. So if you have a message and you would like to be a part of the Lively Art of Conversation, do not hesitate with just dropping me a email. That's right. with the lively art of conversation at gmail.com. Because if you have an ad, if you have a book, if you have an event, or if you have something that you have to get off your chest in a constructive way to help others build, then grow, well, this is the platform for you. So feel free to reach out to me. That's right, your community facilitator, your cultural enthusiast, Rodney Duckett. That's Dr. Rodney Duckett. So hope to hear you soon on the lively art of conversation. Tune in. This is a story worth listening to. This is Dr. Rodney Duckett with the Heritage Legacy Curators. You're looking for something for your kids to do this summer? Well, reach out to me at Impact Outreach, IMPAC Outreach at gmail.com, because Heritage Legacy Curators is all about collecting oral history. So if you have stories that you would love to pass down to your kids, or if you have a project that maybe your kids need to do as it relates to oral history, bring those family albums out and we'll sit down and we'll sort through those family albums, so that way we can collect those stories and keep those stories within the family, so that way they can be the next speakers to curate your family reunion. Hey, we're back with the lively art of conversation. If you have an event that's coming up, if you have a book or something that you're trying to sell, or if you just want to be on the show, please reach out to the lively art of conversation. That's right, lively art of conversation at gmail.com. And let's get you booked today. We are back here with Ike, and Ike is just dropping some nuggets on us. You know, he explained to us what fitness was all about. You know, it's less to do with the exterior and more to do with the happiness within. Ike says that his gym is that space where he wants to connect with you, to put a smile on your face, to work out and be happy, but most importantly, to extend your life. And then also Ike dropped some nuggets, and I'm going to have him expand upon that, of the importance of just recording a voice of someone that is getting ready to pass, and how that means, and what he embodied with that, because at the time when his mother was about ready to pass, he did not have the technology to do it, but we have the technology. Ike, man, I appreciate you being here, brother. Let's go back to, before we go back to it, when a lot of people see Ike, you got some accolades that go with you. Let's talk a little bit about your accolades before we go anywhere else. Ike, the football player. Let's talk about him.
So I was All-State in high school. Came from a 1A high school, which is basically like a 2A high school now, because the way they realigned everything in Texas. Started as a freshman all the way through high school. Taught myself how to be fast, how to be stronger, all that stuff. When being in Dawson, Texas, I mean, you're talking about, we didn't have no parachutes. We had tires. We didn't have the ladder. We had to draw our own stuff in there. But at the end of the day, the goal was to get out of there. I was in one act play. That actually was my most memorable thing I did in high school. After my football year, and then after that, going to UMHB, was never like I started probably 4 games at UMHB, but I was one of the most influential players there, because one thing I never did in football in high school, junior high, elementary was miss practice. But I was always told I might not be the strongest, I might not be the smartest, but if I can at least, even in school, I never missed a day of school in high school. Mm-hmm. College, different story. But the number one goal was, if I can at least show up, if I can at least be consistent on that, they will give me an opportunity. Yeah. And so that's what I did when it came to football at UMHB. And so that's why I've been on the board for the UMHB football team for the past few years, because I wasn't like some of these guys that are All-Americans, but my voice, but my love and my passion for my brotherhood of the guys, that to me goes a lot further than I loved playing at UMHB, but these years of probably 35 down, I would say, because down 44, the brotherhood of us as men growing, and when we see each other, it reminds me of every time you come back from the summer and you're like, hey, bro, how was your summer? Every time we'll see each other July the 13th, I believe, for the alumni weekend. And for me, that has been more rewarding than even playing. To know that we can go back and still talk about what we did in 2001 conference championship game. Yeah. And we talk about those things. And so I would tell people I was rated a 4.32 40 jumped a 40-inch vertical, and it was all taught on me just going into everything that Barry Sanders would do.
Yeah. Always shoot, baby.
Yeah. Yes. He was my favorite. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, like, I was never the biggest, strongest, or fastest, but I was not gonna be outworked very often.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Ike with the work ethic, and it carries over to not necessarily the gym, but your ownership of the gym. Because I see you in there in the crack of the morning sometime, and then I see you there late at night sometime.
That's why I was just sleeping in your front up there.
He was out there sleeping in the front when I went to get him, man. The man doesn't rest, and he still looks like $1 million at 44, man. That boy I swear you got a fountain of youth somewhere.
Oh, man, no.
You sucking from the fountain of youth.
It's them children.
Them children.
Them children.
Oh man! Hey, so let's talk about some things that you've learned along the way. So you've built a wonderful business. You've got the accolades of the athlete that goes around you. But what are some of these life gems that you learned along the way? Some of them probably were handed down, and then others process of just being a knucklehead. What have you learned?
Well, some people get stubborn and they get stuck in their way. Like, I'm not changing. Okay. I'm not gonna do. It's kind of like even eating or sometimes people do too much cardio. Sometimes people do too much weight training. They never take days off. That's me. They don't like, I ain't gonna take a day off because then they feel like they're not gonna be as consistent.
Yeah.
But I think some of the biggest things I've learned in just in my gym and just being consistent is the business side, man. Like the business side. It's one thing about teaching people how to work out, but learning, like, it's more than when you become the owner of the gym. It's more than me personal training people and writing down body fat measurements, meal nutrition. That's the easy part. It's understanding that your electricity bill may go from January being from $2,500 to $6,000 when it gets to July, and then August you might hit $7,000. Those are mind-boggling things that you have to grow. You can't even get used to it, but you have to, because I think when people, I was talking to a young man this morning about business, and he was like, I said, man, people don't understand the sacrifice, because you go from, when I was just working, training, doing sales at a gym, I'm like, I was all fine and dandy, even being trainers. We don't have to worry about those expenses, but they don't think about it. They're no different from restaurant owners. You could say, man, that bottle of champagne was cheap that they had, but you don't understand what other stuff they might be going through or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, even with a place like mine, people have no idea that when I was in the parking lot, I had no overhead, zero. And it was easy, but it was stressful because I had this vision. I wanted to be bigger. And sometimes you can move too fast. Now, the best part about it, the moment I wanted to move real fast, and the moment I wanted to do it all on my own, God put me at a standstill because I got into a car wreck. The moment I got T3 and I was about to wrap my truck and turn into Titan Total Training, my Nissan Titan, that's how I started Titan Total Training. And when I was we were wrapping my truck that day, we got in a car wreck and I got paralyzed for 2 weeks. Broke my neck.
Man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was paralyzed for 2 weeks, and the whole time, I mean, you're talking about somebody, man, sitting here right now, I was in a catheter before, like, I think about those. I was in a neck brace for almost 4 months, and then you're numb. The earth, I always say, the earth stood still. Like, I couldn't believe that this had happened to me. But then again, today, I'm like, how grateful, because what is it, a Nissan? I mean, it was a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yeah.
You know how little that car is? I mean, I ain't that big, but come on. That thing, you're talking about in a cornfield and all this stuff, and then you got to think. I was in that bed for some time, and all I could think about was, on all my picture was, they said, what do you want, man? You're lucky. That doctor came in and said, you're lucky to be alive. He said, because most time people get decapitated with the area you broke. And I was like, oh. So he said, yeah, your neck get cut off. Your head get cut off. And he said, if you wasn't as strong, I was in one of the best shapes of my life. This is almost 13 years ago. And he said, what do you want? I said, I want some watermelon.
It's watermelon.
And so people bought me a bunch of watermelon.
Yeah.
Right? But at the time, I knew at that time, people kept asking me, why was I so mad? I said, well, I'm not mad. But God wanted me to be still.
Yeah.
So it's tattooed on my leg because I said, God, I kept talking to him because every time they would leave me in the room by myself, I said, what do you want? I wasn't mad at him, but he said, you moving, you doing without me. You're doing all this work. I was hustling, asking, and almost begging banks that kept telling me no, sorry, bud. And I needed $3,000 to get my wrap on my truck. But I got it, right?
Yeah.
I got that money, and I couldn't even celebrate it. The dude was just finishing my wrap on my truck, and I was in the hospital. He was calling me, the phone that I didn't even have because it was got broken in the car wreck, to tell me that the truck is finished. But guess what? I couldn't drive that truck. Matter of fact, I remember when I had that truck and I got it finished and I finally was able to move. I was able to get out of the bed or whatever. And I was tired of being at home there. I was tired. I was just tired. And I tried to drive that truck in that neck brace. I couldn't turn. I drove all the way down here because I wanted some chicken real bad. I wanted some Popeyes. And I never had Popeyes. Still to this day. Never had Popeyes. But I was like, oh, I ain't got to turn nowhere. I can just go straight. And I can go get, because Irvin's had closed in.
Yeah.
And I drove all the way down here. I had to make a loop back around because I couldn't turn. I couldn't see. And I drove all the way back home like a bad kid. And then I was supposed to be out. And I drove back home. I said, all right, I'm back here again. I'm still. I'll be still.
Yeah.
But you know, some of the stuff I've learned has been very spiritual. You know, because I've been through I've been through breakups. I've been through letdowns. I've been through different things with business, you know, like loss of money and making bad decisions, impulsiveness.
Yeah.
But these are things that I can take to the young coming up or somebody my age. It doesn't matter. But people who thinking about doing business, you better have a big reason why.
Yeah, definitely.
Because my why ultimately is bigger than just because I want to make money. If it's about making money, I can sell anything.
Yeah.
I think I'm a joy to be around, so I can go work with somebody. Somebody will bring me around. I know that about myself, but I want to help other people have jobs. That's awesome to be able to say that. 15 years ago, I had me working in the parking lot by myself, unloading all the stuff. Now I have staff. I have almost 40 people that work for me, you know, which is pretty cool. You know, I've learned about taxes. I learned about insurances. Yeah, good luck with that stuff. But all this. But I've had a lot more fun and a lot of blessed days. And the devil can make you feel like you've had nothing but bad days. But even some of those bad days become good days because I won't do those again if you do it right.
Yeah,
you won't do those again. And so, like, am I where I want to be? No. Am I where I'm supposed to be? Yeah.
Yeah.
But my vision of where I'm going to be is explosive. And it's because I've allowed myself, like we talk about allowing people to be happy, I've allowed myself to know that I'm going to be a millionaire. And I'm going to help other people become millionaires. I'm going to help other people be better feeling of themselves or feeling themselves. Because that's, if I can help, remember, they tell you in business, if you can do your business, fitness or whatever, and make it not about you, but it's really truly about helping someone else. If I can, like a picture, I got a lady sent it to me yesterday. She walked up, she said, Ike, do you want to see my transformation from the past year? And to know that this woman walked in, I won't ever say her name, but she walked in and she said that she had a baby, she was about to have a baby, or just had a baby. Husband or boyfriend left her while she was pregnant. But she needed something. Matter of fact, she just had the baby. She needed something, a challenge to help change her, to bring her joy. So she comes into T3 and we gravitated to her. And I remember there's days that I'll be coming in at 4:45 to come to boot camp and I could see her and I'm like, are you good? And she almost started crying. And there were days that she would start crying. And there was days that she was like, I can't do it today. I said, you ain't leaving this. You're not leaving me. I don't want to be. I'm tired too. I just woke up from a nap. So I would get in there and we'll laugh.
Yeah.
To this day, she's stronger. She didn't go back to him.
Yeah.
She used to be in the very back of the boot camp. Now she's sliding on up to the front. She used to never run when we run. Now she's running. But I'm watching this and people like her inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing. I wish that people would, like back we talked about earlier, how people say, you need to market to more people that are out of shape. Well, the thing is, because they think that when they see me, they think like, oh, everybody don't want to look like you. You can't. And I'm dead serious with that because nobody has the discipline that I have, the desire that I have, the consistency that I have. I wake up at 3:15 in the morning. Like, you're not gonna do that. I'm not asking you to do it. I'm not saying you're worse or better than less than me. Definitely. I'm just saying you're not trying to be like me. I'm trying to be. Man, there ain't nobody I look up to when it comes to fitness. I'm trying to be the best Ike. I'm trying to be the bomb of Ike. And so at the end of the day, even I don't like saying I have body dysmorphia no more, but I've had that. Yeah. I don't take my shirt off just randomly. You know, guys want to, Ike, can we take our shirt off in your gym? No, dude. If you want to take a picture, do a photo, do it. Yeah. That's it. But at the end of the day, man, you're competing against yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So for me, in watching this fitness world evolve, like I wish I can stand on top of the tallest building in Temple, and people from Temple, Belton, Killeen could hear me. I care that they're happy. I care that they want to feel better about themselves, that they want to feel better. I care that they want to look the way they want to look. I care that they want to have that roar. Like when you go to I went to a Tony Robbins event, and they tell you got to get to the peak state. Like when you lose that adrenaline, when you almost like pulling. Can you imagine when Michael Jordan? I say I'm looking for that Michael Jordan fist pump, where you can feel. So many women don't have that. So. Or don't know more because they allow postpartum to get to them. They allow that stuff. Men don't have it because their cortisol levels get so high, their stress levels get so high, and I just wish that there was a way that I can impact more people. Wow. Like you put 2,000, give me 5,000 people. Let me get them up.
Yeah.
Let me get them moving. Their lives would be changed. Because the thing is, God made that for me. He did that to me.
Yes. Yeah, you know? Definitely. And hey, we'll be right back with the lively art of conversation with Mr. T3 himself, Ike Shaw.
This is Ike Shaw of T3, and you're listening to the lively art of conversation.
Hey, we're back with the lively art of conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn. My goodness, we pass it along. If you want to be a part of this show, or you have an event, or you have a book, or you have a product, please reach out to me at livelyartofconversation@gmail.com. We are back on the downslide of this show, but Mr. Ike has just been dropping some jewels and some knowledge, and I want to hit him with this one right here. And I think I know the answer, but he might shift on me here. What is the value that you offer the world?
What is the value I offer the world?
Yeah.
Whew. Man, I think I'm the word Isaac means like laughter. Like I value to make you feel valued. You know, like for that moment. I mean, you can't. If I've seen your face and I see you at HEB, you're getting spoke to. You know, I mean, that's just me. I mean, I just feel like I can't walk by you and know I see you. I'm gonna make sure you see me too.
Yeah, definitely.
So I feel like the value is just helping people just feel better about themselves and be happy, man. Like I'm not always there, but what makes me happy is making other people happy. It's the biggest thing for me. I mean, if I can give if that can be, let me see. That would do joy for me, just helping other people. If I know I help somebody else out, like when they wasn't expecting it, that to me is like the best feeling ever.
So your purpose, the value that you have within you, is just making people be happy, and that is your fitness that you bring to them, and that's really, really spectacular. So listen here, ladies and gentlemen, when you're at the gym, you don't have to have that little sad look on your face. You don't have to be angry with the world. I know sometimes we're trying to put that weight up in the gym, but you know, it's okay to just be social, smile, and happy. And one thing that I would say about gyms, just in general, you know, and I've been to gyms, plenty of them before. If you go into the gym, it's the one place that you can walk up to a stranger that you don't know and ask for a spot.
Yeah.
You know, and think about a spot, especially if you're benching 315 or whatever the case may be. You know, that person gets a lot of trust without you knowing them. But everybody knows in the gym, unless there's someone that just has not been in the gym, when someone's asking you the spot, that is by far a courtesy.
Yeah.
Because your life is in their hands. So pretty much. So
I think the gym is one of the places you can go to and you can really feel like there's not a black, white, or nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There's not a like a where you're like, man, they're black, man, they're white, or whatever, or a guy. Honestly, if you're a gawker, you're not gonna be in my gym. I'm gonna call you out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro, chill. Or a lady, girls do the same thing. But at the end of the day, like I feel like a gym is a really good place that you can really just be a human. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's holy ground. It's neutral.
Yeah.
If you have a good gym, it's neutral. And like I said,
well, let me say it's not all gyms.
It's not
at
all
T3
gyms.
Fitness. At T3 Fitness, you can feel like you are a part of it.
I will give you credit. Like when I walked in the gym and I said my fault is I was locked into a contract and I never stepped over there. I ran into you in front of Men's Warehouse.
Yep.
And we talked and I was coming on the downslide of my contract and I went through just to do a walkthrough. I heard about it. I seen pictures, but I was like, man. I mean, I was two tears because I was amazed at the product that you put out because.
Yes.
I mean, there's gyms and you can go to them. We've all been to gyms before. And I'm not knocking anybody's gym. Trust me, I'm not. But I'm trying to say it's the quality of the gym. It's the staff that was there. When I said, hey, I'd like to do a walkthrough, it wasn't that like, we'll find someone. It was like, yeah, sure, come on. And they walked through, showed me everything. I ran into people I haven't seen in a while, And this is the kicker about it. And I don't know, maybe it was just a lucky day that day. I have no idea. The bathrooms were immaculate.
Always.
The bathrooms were immaculate. Now, if you're a male and you've been to the gym, you know what you smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't smell that.
Yep.
So I said, man, this got to be the first gym that I've been to where I don't smell that.
Yeah.
So and that is hats off to you, brother, because that is high quality, man. That is high quality. If I was going through to rate gyms, I mean A+ to infinity on that, bro.
Yeah. So, I mean, we had a problem with gum.
Okay, all right.
We had a problem with gum about 2 years ago. When the bigger box gym, I'm not gonna say their name, when they opened up down the street, and people left because their prices were less priced than ours, and we lost a lot of people. But I don't have gum in my sauna no more. I have gum on my machines.
Yeah.
Because you got to ask yourself, like, do you want to go down in price, or do you want to keep your quality? You want to keep your people cleaning, or do you want to cut your cleaning? In half.
Yeah.
We kept our cleaning. We kept all of our quality. We keep our equipment 90% because it's a gym. So there's gonna be stuff that break down, but it's 90%. You're not gonna find. There's not a gym. I challenge you. Not a gym with less equipment broke than us. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. No. And I've been there now going on a year, and I haven't seen any down equipment or anything in that gym. And it goes to say, and I don't know where I heard this. You'll see a lot of Corvettes on the road, but you won't see a Bentley. So this is a Bentley right here.
Yes,
this is that Rolls Royce right here. So either you like the plush interior, handcrafted, or you just want to get in a Corvette and drive real fast. This is luxury right here. And I will say, and I'm not hyping them up for you to go to his gym. I'm not doing that, but I am telling you, it's a very high quality gym. And I do know people outside of this area that does travel into Temple just to use the gym based off the qualty of the gym, man. So that's hats off to you.
Can I tell you about a thing I got going on? So one thing I'm working toward is I want us to have such a big part in the community. One, I have a deal that I do at Commonwealth here lately, where they have like a big backyard back there.
Oh, yes.
So I did it one a couple weeks ago, which we had 91 people show up, and I did a boot camp for absolutely free.
Oh, wow.
So it's just basically rebranding and getting my name, because some people might not know who I am. I want them to know. I want them to feel it. And so my energy, my passion. So I also thought about, okay, what if I do something? It's not going to be free, but we're going to do something at the expo. Because like I told you, I want to do it in a big way. I will be looking for sponsorships and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I talked to the people over there at Expo at Cadence about doing a boot camp. I want to get 500 people. And I want to get 500 people to come do a maxed out boot camp with Ike. And it'll be and I will have DJ Instigator come out there, and we're going to utilize the lighting. We're going to make it be something like a concert of fitness,
Wow.
a boot camp. And I'm working toward it right now. God say the same. If he don't want me to do it, then it won't happen, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah, definitely.
but the goal is to I think the date that we've chose that we would try to do is on December the 13th or something around there. And if so, man, it's I'm gonna make it be extravaganza. I wanna have people feeling that day, and then for the next few weeks they're getting ready for January, right? They're gonna have to make a decision. Like either we're gonna just love the fact that this was an awesome workout, or they're gonna have to make a decision like, man, I need to make some changes. I want to feel that passion all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that's what the goal is.
Well, man, Brother Ike, I as we begin to close, man, passing along, what wisdom would you like to pass along right now? It's about 8:15, 8:20. People are driving to church at this particular time. And what wisdom do you want to pass along to someone that says, man, I really need to get in the gym and do something?
Don't think about just the workout part. Don't think about just the lifting weights, the getting up early, all those things. Those things could be negative. Don't think about how much you don't know. Think about how happy you would feel if you actually can fit the clothes you want to fit. Think about how you would actually feel, how happy you would feel if you knew that you can, I don't know, like look at yourself in the mirror and know and be proud. Like you don't understand, like you need to feel happy. In order for you to feel happy, you have to make a complete effort. And part of that is honestly, man, that energy from working out, that energy from doing cardio, working out around other people. I suggest try not to work out by yourself. Work out with, because it's like praying together, right? More than 2 people, 5 people is better prayer.
Yeah.
But working out, it's the same thing. But you have to really focus on making yourself feel better. Allow on yourself. Don't, because we allow ourselves to be depressed. But what if you allow yourself to feel good, feel happy? Yeah. That workouts, that decision, man, your blood pressure, all that stuff, cortisol will drop immediately, even if you don't work out right now. Part of your workout right now, if you want to listen to this right now, don't worry about working out. Worry about making yourself feel happy, and then let's start the progress.
I like that, my man. I like that. For people that want to get in contact with you, how do they get in contact with you or join your gym?
Man, you can find us at T3 Fitness on Instagram or Facebook, T3 Fitness. Our website is t3fitness.com, t3fitnesstexas.com. And then also, honestly, if you find me Ike_Shaw on Instagram or Ike Shaw on Facebook, you message me. I'm not that gigantic. I'm not Kevin Hart, but I'm small enough to where I want to know. I want to give you a tour. Yeah. If you want to come get a tour by the owner, I would love to. I do it all the time. But I want you to come and build a relationship with me, and let's build a body of you and the happiness that you're looking for.
You heard it right here. I'm here with Mr. Fitness himself, and the fitness is happiness. So what are you guys going to do today about your health? This is Dr. Rodney Duncan, and you have listened to the Lively Art of Conversation, where we live, we learn, we earn, we pass along. We'll see you guys next week.